Yeah. Uh, uh,
1 second. I think he's back.
okay. Hmm. Well, for the sake of the recording, we're trying to figure out how to identify 20% chance that the Horn of Blasting blew up when she used it. There's a 20% chance of exploding and doing 10d6 damage or something of that sort. Alright, let's note here. Last. Blasting. 20% chance, 10d6 fire damage to the blower and destroy. So, that could happen. uh, Running just a tiny bit behind schedule. That is okay. Up right after where they left off. They had defeated stone giants. Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
Hold on. Oh, I found a 5. Hold on.
You found one?
No, I don't. No, no, no. Roll a d5.
Yeah, I should have really.
One dice, 5-sided. Go.
I should have realized that that would be it because 5 goes into 120 times. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I'm rolling a d5. So we're okay. I found a side that does it.
Okay. So if it gets a 1, I would say that would cause the explosion of 10d6 fire damage, which is like, huh, little crazy.
So it's only a 1 that'll.
Right. If you get anything else, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Also, let me know if you can hear my dog whining in the back, and I'll shut him up.
Okay. I don't hear your dog anymore. I did a little bit ago, but not anymore.
Okay. Because he's very good. I need to give him his medicine. I will be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Zach. How's it going?
Good. Sorry I'm late. We hit a little bit of traffic coming back from Coeur d'Alene.
That's totally fine. I don't think Eli's going to be here for the beginning portion, but he will likely be here for the end.
That's cool.
Maybe halfway.
Tuesday or another day.
I offered that to him, and then I said, "Oh, let's talk about it at the next game session," and that was last week, and I forgot. So
okay. Okay, me too. I was just making sure.
When I'll make a better effort to remember, and then next time we're all together, we should chat about that for sure, because that would be helpful to establish a day that just works well for everybody. We're down a player from when we originally decided, so the circumstances have changed favorably. That we have fewer schedule conflicts to work out. I'm going to take a quick moment to adjust the random battle map so that it has the canyon you guys have to cross. There we go.
Sorry.
Sorry about that, Dan. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, no problem, no problem. It's giving me a moment to make the canyon you have to cross. literally using my finger on the screen in person in order to, as a measuring tool. There we go.
Oh shit, what's his water situation? I'm sorry, Dan.
No
I
problem.
just got to do one more thing. I got to make sure Duncan has water.
No problem at all.
Okay, good. I don't think he's gonna tip it over. You know, I just get want them like right at that together right now.
You put the thing in the middle.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten it cinched in. It's not zip tied together. Yeah. That's why I didn't want them both at that big, but I think this should be okay.
Relaxing music. I really like this music.
Okay. Thank you for your understanding and patience.
My pleasure. How are you doing today? I don't remember if I asked.
I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
I just spent 3 days over in Coeur d'Alene with my family, so that was really nice.
Nice. Nice. What did you do while you were over there?
Just kind of hung out. Went to my Uncle Pat's birthday lunch today. Yeah, pretty much just hung out with my parents and my brother. We had a fire the first night out there, so I got to hang out with my dad by the fire. Nobody else wanted to come out. They said it was too cold.
Oh.
And oh, and of course, my parents have a jacuzzi, so I hit the jacuzzi every night before bed. That's a pretty good way to go.
Nice. That's a good way to calm the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Liz is almost here. Let me get my in-game clock. I have you set at nighttime as you finished the battle. The Trent. I've always thought it was Trient, but maybe it's Trent. I'm not sure anymore. We'll go with Trent. It took root and itself back into the ground right after your fight. But I'm forgetting something. Welcome back to another session of my 2 minute annihilation, where I annihilate the book and not following it. And brought to you by New Camera Angle. Hopefully,
Yeah, I noticed you had
this
a
time.
little different setup. We can see your face a lot better.
Yeah, I was kind of hiding before, unintentionally. And I now have the quadruple monitors so that I can keep track of everything. It was really, really hard to see everything I needed to see before. And now I kind of got it, so I'm happy with this.
I tease you, but I spend a fair amount of time bouncing between monitors, or bouncing between tabs and screens and stuff when I'm DMing, so I can't really give you too much of that.
Well, thank you for joining me. I have updated our game to have the new tokens. for everybody.
Mhm.
Which I need to direct you to the correct map. Here we go. Might take a second to load. It's big. You're going to want to scroll over to the right when you're on it. New tokens for everybody. It was about time. We had some consistency. I have also included the health bars for every one of you, and you have your current health on it. So this is before any healing. So if you are able and willing to manage your health on Roll20, as well as D&D Beyond, or just let me know what it is so that I can update it, that'll help me keep track of the battles a little better so that I don't end up like smushing you like a bug by accident.
I don't mind.
Which, these last couple of sessions, I've gotten to kind of smash a little harder, and it's been easier to tell like what your strengths and weaknesses are. So, good testing grounds here around Mbala and Orolunga. So
Petal doesn't mind dying for the cause. So
Petal will reincarnate as a different NPC if he dies, right? Alright. You last session picked up from Mbala, where you had killed the hag, and you explored a little bit. You got better wind of where everything is around you. You're up on the plateau, you got better sight. So you ended up seeing Heart of Ubtao, the Aldani Basin, saw a little bit of Orolunga in the distance, and then you saw the wrecked ship in the tops of the trees down south.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Very strange.
I think you also saw the peaks of flame. And then I'm having a hard time remembering the mountains to the west, what the name is, but you saw those two. Saw their snow-capped peaks as you were moving along. You ended up passing through the Terrafolk territory with 0 issues, and ended up kind of coming out with a profit, a bunch of lucky horn rabbit horns. Traveled for a few more days. You had actually gone back and gotten Winston and Vorn, which I had gotten a tiny bit confused about in the session, but worked out. You have them again. Then you passed through Irakokra territory, where they sent you with a guide that you wouldn't do anything that was against their rules. He brought you through the alpine area of the plateau, and you ended up encountering a treant who allowed you to pass with his blessing. He hadn't been awoken in many a moon, but he was not exactly upset to be awoken either. Then you passed out of that alpine area into a little bit more deciduous. Things were starting to transfer back into more jungly terrain as you started getting down a little bit. You encountered the canyon, where Guy got snuck up on by a giant, which is a feat in itself. And he had a giant fight, which ended with one of the Trent creatures coming awake and kind of doing a little bit of a ground pound. Putting an end to that bothersome bully giant. Got a hefty amount of XP, and that was where we stopped. So you are now at the edge of a canyon. You know you need to keep heading west, which on this map would be left, in order to get to Orolunga. The only things you saw were the footprints of the giants, which Elvira did not recognize at the time, and some overturned boulders that the giants were fighting each other with. And there was a set of vines going down to the bottom of the canyon that Guy found. And I think that about covers it. That's where you are now. Oh, and I guess it's nighttime. So the sun is setting rapidly.
Oh, well, we should probably make camp then.
Sounds wise to me.
Baby, you're muted.
I don't think we should make camp at all. I'm playing. I'm down. We should absolutely make camp.
I mean, you could travel through the night if you want. You just probably all take a point of exhaustion for being exhausted.
I'm sure there's a hotel on the other side of the next planet.
You probably ought to save those points of exhaustion for when you're being chased by an orc pack or something, you know?
Right, probably a good move. Probably a good move.
Now, okay, one thing I just thought of. There's probably no way you could have towed that boat, that raft up here.
No, we had to leave that. We left that back down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we may have left it all the way back, as far back as the ogres. Like, pretty close to that area.
Yeah.
You made the original boats and sent Keegan back?
You dragged it across the meadow, that's right. So you have it down at the bottom of the plateau. That's right. Okay. Scratch what I had said about it being that far back then. Your companions, Raka and Cassandra, they're kind of in unison, not really sure what they want to do to cross this area. And Raka, unfortunately, is not really a huge help because it has been a long time since he's been here. And so he did not remember it being this deep. He's not really sure what to do. The door open to you to be clever with your solutions, or one, I could give you a hint if you make the right roll for it. I like to leave that door open too.
Let's see what we can come up with here. So, how far across is the gorge?
It's 200 feet.
200 feet. Okay, that's quite long. And is this the narrowest point? Raka, do you remember if there is, like, if we go like north or south here, could we potentially find a more narrow point?
I not know. It's been a long time since I've been here. I do faintly remember getting across by... Oh, what was it? And he has to just stop and think. It's been just a long time since he's been here. He says, I was just a little egg chick when I was last here. He thinks about it for a little bit. He mentions that there may have been a path cut out of stone, almost like rough-hewn stairs somewhere along, but he doesn't remember where, and he thinks it would take quite some looking. It was quite young, in fact. You could do a survival check, probably, or a nature check. That's the one I was meaning. A nature check to see if you could fathom where it might be.
Ooh, I'll try that.
So I'll leave that to Elvira.
Proficiency in nature.
That is what we call an economic specialization in trade.
13.
You think if there's going to be stairs, it's not going to be here. This is just way too deep. That's probably going to be either north or south of your location.
Well, that's good to know. Maybe not my best roll yet.
I think if you had a higher roll, you probably could do it. Let's say Raka will assist you, so you could roll with advantage if you'd like.
Oh, well, thank you.
Raka's gonna think real hard about this one.
Oh, bless it. Okay, good. Thank you, Raka, because I got a 22 on that one. It
All right,
almost was over to 7. But it,
he was about to give up, and then all of a sudden a thought comes into his mind. I remember a little. Um, I think the canyon gets shallower the further north you go. Almost like kind of disappears if you go super far north, but it does get shallower as it like not as deep. Um,
Okay.
he suspects it's probably not so far. Um,
right, I was gonna say head north and let's like maybe travel half a day and see if we find it getting shallower. I mean, I don't want to go like too far out of the way, you know.
yeah, I'm gonna skip the night watch for this night. Say it's the next morning.
Okay.
You've pretty much like effectively cleared out whatever would have been in the area, especially with that horn of blasting. Yeah, that probably would have alerted any enemies to your presence. You had a very uneventful night. It was quite restful. You know, getting a pretty
yeah.
heavy smackdown in really helped with that.
Before I forget, speaking of the Horn of Blasting, before we get back into combat, when I do that 20% thing,
Mm-hmm.
how do you want me to roleplay that? Like, do you want me to roll the d5 before an attack? I guess it would be before an attack because
I think so. Yeah.
it won't attack the thing; it'll just attack me. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I prefer to do that before we got into combat.
Yeah. Good point. Hadn't considered that. After about 2 or 3 hours of trudging north, you get to a part that is considerably less deep. And the walls of the canyon are sloped instead of completely vertical. Now, upon inspection, you notice that it's probably not going to be easy going, but you could at least get all of the medium-sized party members across there. And you could definitely get Shar Khan as well. You'd have to leave Vorn and Winston behind. If you wanted to cross at this spot. The alternative would be to walk probably a full day's march further north.
I personally, I think it would be worth it to go to add an extra couple days even onto our travel if it meant we could take Vorn and Winston with us.
Because I don't know.
Vorn specifically because he's such a big boon, especially for soft casters.
Sounds good. Well, night begins to fall as you encounter what appears to be the literal end of this canyon, as it just becomes almost like a gentle slope. The what used to be canyon walls now looks like the gentle transition into rolling hills.
Nice.
Been pleasantly surprised that your travel so far has gone unimpeded by any creatures or anything of the sort, but it seems as if the further you travel back north, and maybe even west, things seem to become a little bit less chaotic, maybe. Like, this is a more serene part of Chult where things haven't really fallen apart as much.
This is where Chult is less Chulty.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, with the shadow of the mountain that falls rather early in the afternoon, this area is a little bit cooler too. It's not as sticky and hot as the rest of the jungle, which is really quite nice.
That is quite pleasant. It is quite pleasant.
You wake up the next morning, and as you prepare to make way, Raka speaks with you shortly, and he says he's gonna go forage for a little bit of food before you leave. He isn't really a huge fan of the good berries, even though they're good. It's just not what he's used to eating, you know?
That's fair.
And he wants some good worm food. So he goes off to forage just a little bit before the sun's really all the way up. And he comes back to you, and he has made a bit of a discovery, and he ushers you to come with him quickly. It's he has found good worm food for all travelers.
Well, you know how much I like worm food, so
He brings you into a clearing which has the old tokens on it. Okay, let me fix this real fast. Yeah, I don't want the old tokens for this. I forgot I needed, so I'm not very well prepared. Sorry. So at all. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. You come into a area that looks like there are some ruins, and I have your tokens kind of far in, but you probably would be on the like a stone's throw away or something. And Raka ushers you to be quiet, and he points out that there are multiple Almirage in front of you. Those are the unicorn rabbits. Remember?
yeah. The map is dark currently for us.
Is it? Okay.
If it's not if it's supposed to be cool, if not, you know.
Maybe I didn't. Oh, I forgot to make your character controllable by you.
There we go.
Ah, I knew I was forgetting something. See, I put a lot of work into it, but I didn't realize I missed that.
I do
Oh,
like that.
I made your animals controllable by you, but I forgot to make your tokens controllable by you. Anyway, are you able to see that now?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see, I can move everything. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's coordinate an attack on these. Oh shoot! Wait, Alcorn. Magic rabbits. Almirage. There we go.
Yes.
I think I can probably bring down 2 pretty quick. If you guys want to try to take the other ones.
If they're tiny and close together, could I make a case for attacking them as if it's like Tasha's Mind Whip? For like, as a group.
Does the spell have an option for that?
I don't believe so.
Pretty sure it's a single target spell.
Oh. Hey,
Yeah,
that weird.
I'd have to say no then, sorry.
Okay.
You can target one of them for sure.
Sorry,
You can target one of them for sure, and I just remembered that since Guy's not here, I would need to control his character or have one of you do it.
Let me pull up his character sheet.
Okay. I'll let either of you use Guy, I think. He might have something that's useful. I don't remember what's in his inventory or his abilities and actions. The Almirage are just kind of hopping around nibbling on the undergrowth. Maybe some little plants with berries in front of them. They're just having a hoot, doing what rabbits do. They haven't really noticed you. There's a flying monkey that lands on a pedestal up here of the ruins, just off. Where is that? Oh, about 50 feet away or so.
It's not our flying monkey, is it?
No, it's a different one. Yeah,
Yeah, Maximus is on my shoulder.
it's Maximus Jr. This one's a little smaller. It's just as mischievous though.
Like, Maximus, look away. Don't watch what's about to happen.
Okay, do an animal handling check, because I'm feeling like Mr. Mischievous Maximus is probably going to try to go mingle with his buddies.
That would make a lot of sense. 18?
Okay, that's more than successful. He gets excited, "Oh, oh, 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 oh," and then you say that, and he goes, "Oh, oh, oh." Gets a little disappointed, maybe.
I mean, I tell you what, after we get the magic rabbits, then if you want to go play with your buddies,
Alright, I'm just gonna take a pop off at one of them.
What are you gonna use for that? Because I think
Firebolt. For the closest.
you're gonna toast it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just probably what would happen.
Right. I want to. I'm gonna be eating it anyways. Easier to take care of the hides this way. If it's what are they called? They make a rabbit rinds.
Oh yeah, they're Warren. Okay, where you're standing there, Petal. That is a structure actually that you were kind of standing in, like a stone wall or something. I forgot to mention
Okay.
that.
How
There's
about
a
now?
little bit of height to it. Now you're off of it on the other side. Yeah, I just wanted to give. I'm not sure if the dynamic lighting is working or not, but
if Elvira's gonna pop off on one of them, I will also take shots.
yeah, Rocco will do the same. All right, let's see what you get.
I assume 19 hits.
Yep. 30 absolutely hits.
It's a natural 20.
4 fire damage.
Okay.
I rolled minimum possible. I rolled absolute minimum possible damage. I rolled 2 1s on my D8s and a 1 on my D6 for cold damage, for a grand total of 9 points of damage with that critical hit.
Looks like, I think if Rocket gets a good score, I think you've killed all 4 of them. Yep,
So the
all 4 of them
kills
go down.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Where's my notebook? There it is. Well, hello there, dog.
That's Duncan being Duncan.
Put my pen. Oh, there it is. All right, so you got divvy out amongst yourselves 4 horns if you want to collect the horns, but otherwise you have 4 fresh rabbits for dinner. They make kind of like a squealing sound. The last one does, because Raka didn't hit it. Well, I mean, he hit it pretty solidly. That's why he killed it, but he hit it with a sling stone, so it didn't die immediately. It kind of like made a sound, and then it like keeled over. And that causes to hear like something in the distance that's got you maybe a little concerned. At first, you hear the flying monkeys there are multiple of them. Another one shows up, and then another one shows up, and they're hooting and hollering like monkeys do, and they sit down on the posts on these big columns. There, I wish I had a monkey sound because I could really. There you go. By the way, I have Soundtail up if you want to use it.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
The number is in the group DM. That's up to you if you want it. I personally think the music really sets the mood.
Yeah, for sure. 16413.
Oh, wait a second. Alright. Following the sounds of the monkeys, you hear what sounds like more monkeys, but this time a lot deeper and louder. Something like that.
Max, buddy, you want to talk to your friends?
I suppose you got to speak with animals, don't you? You probably could talk to him about that.
I do not have speak with animals.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did.
I do not. No, I almost did. Oh no, I do. I do have speak with animals. Never mind.
Okay.
I guess
That's
I
what
took
thought.
that.
I remembered you saying that last session.
I forgot that we leveled up so fast. I forgot I had the extra spell slot.
Yeah, you could give him specific instructions if you wish.
Yeah. Is it speak with all animals? With beasts, plural, for the duration.
Oh.
Okay. How long does that last for? 10 minutes. Yeah. I'll cast Speak with Animals at first level. And I will I'll ask Maximus to, hey man, can you have a chat with your friends? Tell us what's going on. I'm gonna whisper to Shurkon hey man, be ready to come out with the big roar if this doesn't shut them up. We want them to know that we're tough. Be ready.
Okay. Let's see. Do I want to control him for you, or do I want you to control him?
Do you want me to have Maximus make a charisma check?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Because otherwise, I don't quite know how I want to handle this.
Okay.
As this all happens, more monkeys show up. Flying monkeys.
Okay, this will be interesting.
What'd you get?
That'll be a 10 with his -2 to charisma.
What do you want him to say?
Well, I want him to ask ask them, what's coming, what's going on here.
Oh, okay. The other monkeys, one of the other monkeys responds. I'll just give him a little pip here, a little blue pip. That's the one he talked to. Actually comes up close and speaks with Maximus in their monkey language. And Maximus somehow relays to you that, through the Speak with Beasts, there are, this area is owned by very large apes, I guess. don't know how a monkey would know what an ape is, but big monkey owned place, something like that. The big monkeys, with no tails, with
But
6 arms.
With 6 arms, you say. To shreds, you say.
And big monkey comes soon, and flying monkey goes away, and within a few seconds you hear, it's not like giants footsteps going thud thud thud, but it's definitely like loud footsteps, and then within the minute you see kind of poking around the corner, coming up, something that maybe you haven't seen before. And it starts walking down the steps, investigating the area. Alright, I'll let you decide what you want to do before I move them anywhere.
What in the world is that? So is it a beast? Can I speak with it?
It is a beast.
Then I would like to say, greetings and well wishes,
Oh,
king of the king of the forest. I'm gonna try to stroke his ego a little bit.
I may have been wrong, but I'll allow you to speak with him anyway.
Okay.
Definitely. Doesn't.
I mean, the way speak with beasts allows them to also communicate. Like
Right.
I can understand them, they can understand me.
I was just thinking like how it would talk. Like I know it's capable with that. It rises up on its 2 hind legs and beats all 4 arms against his chest. And then it makes a lunge at you. It's not interested in talking. It wants to fight.
To vote, Winston, Sharkan, mess him up.
Let's go ahead and add your turn order here. Petal, Vyra, Guy, Raka, and Sandra. Okay.
Is Ford with us? Can I still do that thing where I roll for him if I'm doing that, like, stay close to him?
Is who with us?
Ford.
Oh, yeah, he is. You're right. Yes, you can. There we go. He's in there, too.
We get a metal giant or something?
Let's see. Let's get all y'all's initiative, eh?
Add
20 for Cassandra. All right, Elvira, did you get yours?
Nope. 1 second. Initiative.
No problem. I'll get Guy's ready here.
And that
Oh shoot, I forgot to roll for Guy.
That's all right. He gets a 10, and Elvira gets a 17. Oh, you've tied with Petal. So whoever has the higher dex score gets the 17.
It's me.
Pedal, yeah.
Okay, so Petal will make you 17.1. And then Elvira gets the normal 17. Then let's roll. Creature gets a 5.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Vorn gets a 16.9. Just to keep him underneath Elvira. Sending, there we go. Alright, so Cassandra's gonna lead the charge. Cassandra has been, in the last several nights where you have been making camp, she has made a visible change to her kind of routine in the morning and evening. Instead of instead of like chatting with you and focusing on the camp, she's been deep in a book that she's been reading, and this is a big book. And she brings out something that you haven't seen from her before. As you watch Cassandra, remember she's an air genasi. Her hair always kind of moves with this invisible wind that isn't there, and you hear a rushing sound begin to kind of charge up. And then she casts, I need to read this here. Moving her hands, you see a wind rustling through her clothing, and she directs her hands towards the beast. It has to make a saving throw. Let's see here. Apologize for, I'm maybe not on my best game tonight, but I will certainly keep trying.
Don't sweat it. Yeah, don't sweat it.
Probably gonna succeed this. Oh, absolutely succeeds. She casts what you would, through meta knowledge, know as Gust, and it just doesn't work. She sends a force of wind towards this creature, and it just ends up setting itself down on four arms, bracing itself, and it basically just ruffled its fur or hide or whatever, and it snarls. And Cassandra's like, well, that didn't work. Time for plan B, and it's Petal's turn.
Petal is going to... Sorry, gotta shovel something around here. Move over, jump up on top of Winston, and kind of get him a little closer into the fight, and take his customary 2 shots at the big monkey. Does a 12 hit?
Nope, it does not hit.
I did not think so. That was a 2. How about a 16?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Much better.
Indeed.
All right. Oh, shoot. I should... Oh, well. I'll do it next time. Okay, so that will be 8 points of piercing damage and 3 points of cold damage. He will cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action after he shoots, because he was too a little nervous. Big, 4-armed ape, scary. Forgets to cast Hunter's Mark before he attacks, and then he'll, Tavok, get him. Tavok is gonna get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Does he have that much move speed? Let me check.
Don't exactly remember.
Yep, he has his speed is 40 feet. Perfect. Cha-cha. So yeah, Tavok is gonna roll in and bite him on the toe. Just go for the ankles, because he's still small. He's still size small.
Right.
He's like 3 feet. He's like 3 feet long. So yeah, he's still like going for the ankles. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Perfect. And 1d6 plus 3. 6 points of piercing damage.
All
The boat just like,
right.
"Arr, arr."
Good dog, good dog.
Hmm.
Do you want to have Winston or Sharkan participate?
Nope, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
Sharkan's being defensive, and I'm standing on top of Winston. He's good where he's at.
Okay, so you're on Winston? Okay, let's...
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
Oh, I thought I did move myself.
I just sent the Winston token behind yours in the lair, so that it would appear as you were on top of him.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
That's my turn.
Elvira, it's your turn, and then Vorn.
Alright, I'm gonna need an intelligence saving throw from this beast.
Okay. Ooh, he's not going to do very well at that, I think. That would be a below 0? Actually, no, exactly 0.
Yeah,
Sorry, it is a 0.
he gets hit real hard.
Real hard.
Well, we'll see how hard. 13 points of damage, and he can only do a move, action, or bonus action on his turn.
Alright, we gotta come up with... We're gonna go with purple is your Tasha's Mind Whip. Purple pip in the upper right corner means it has Tasha's Mind Whip. Red means Hunter's Mark, purple means Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, can you also give him the Hunter's Mark pip then?
Yes, good reminder. There we go.
And,
Green...
and then for-
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You do it.
I was gonna say green is Bark Skin, which is Raka's, like, AC spell, armor class spell. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just trying to see what Warren's gonna do.
Do you have his sheet? The Shield Guardian sheet?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, he's gonna do his multi-attack, which is just 2 5th attacks. So...
Right on. Is he able to move up that
Oh,
close?
wait.
I think
No,
so.
I'm about to say, hold on. Sorry.
I think he's
forgot
got
about that.
40 movement speed, doesn't he?
Where is his token?
I'll put him right next to you because we didn't really
Okay,
establish
gotcha.
where everyone was when the encounter started, so it's reasonable.
And usually I stay with him, yeah, because I get that.
Right.
Sorry.
You've got Warbeak behind you too.
It's 30 feet. So what he can do... Oh, yeah. So he
You
can
can get
move
up there.
to 5 feet, because he's got to be 5 feet away.
Okay.
And then... So, okay, so that... I need, like, scratch paper to do all this math. Alright. So I'm just gonna roll his 2 attacks first, and then I'll roll the damage if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna check something here real fast.
One of them is 17, and the next punch is 24.
24 damage or attack?
No, attack. So 17
Oh.
and 24. For
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, so now I have to do, because it gives me a whole formula, 11 plus 2d6 plus 4. So the first hit, I probably should pull out a physical dice for him.
Whatever works best for you.
So that's 10 plus 4 is 14 times 11, that's 44.
44 damage?
Yeah, I think if I'm looking at that right, sorry, it says hit 11. It looks like, and I may get Zach in here in a second. Hey, come over Am I looking
Oh.
at this as a whole formula?
No.
Oh.
So it's either 11, which is the average damage, or 2d6 plus 1, which always just do the 2d6.
Okay, never mind. I was like, 40, that sounds massive, and like, why would they give me a whole formula? Okay, so we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna forget the 11. It's always gonna be 2d6 plus 4 damage.
Okay.
That's 14 damage.
14 damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
You just got the old like 1-2s. Just yak yak.
Yeah, that was a good hit. The creature is starting to well, he's starting to appear more red. There's splotches of red all over him. Yeah, that really hurt.
And then as a bonus action, sorry, I think he can Thorn like hop back.
Depends on if he's got something labeled as a bonus action. On his
He
sheet.
can. How much movement speed does he have, Liz?
30 feet.
Okay, and how far did he move? What, like 15 or 20?
No, I mean he moved 30 feet up, so I think he moved his whole movement.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
So never mind.
All right, excellent job. That brings us to Araka, and Raka, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right there. Rah! And make a sling attack. It's a 10, which misses. Yeah, no, Raka is equally as useless as Cassandra is so far. And, like, better luck next time. Guy's turn, which I think we should move Guy up a little bit because he likes to be in the front.
See, I can't even see him. I think Guy would probably rush right in there next to Vorn, and yeah, let me. He gets 2 attacks, right? Yeah, actions. 2 attacks per action, and
I'm also going to give him full health back, and Elvira her full health back because you had multiple long rests on the way here.
1d8 plus 1 and 2d6. Okay, so 1d8 plus. So he's going to roll to attack.
Okay.
What's his plus to hit? Plus 5. Okay. So that'll be an 18 to hit.
Sweet. That is a solid hit. What kind of damage does he do?
1d8 plus. It's like 1d8 plus 1. Or no.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're using a shield. 1d8 plus 1, and then I'll make his other attack. So it'll be 3 points of damage. Second attack. 15 to hit.
All right. He drives the sword deep into the chest of the creature, and it. Oh! It's just like it's trying to fight until its last breath, and it falls over onto the ground dead. That's not the end of it because, well, he's killed one. What else does Guy do? Does he have any more actions? I think he might. Not sure.
He's taking his 2 attacks, so doesn't look like it.
Okay, that's the end of his turn then. So immediately upon this one piecing out and dying, another one takes its place. This one came from the same area and steps up. Just gonna move this aside for a moment. At the same time, Petal, you hear a sound due north of you by not very far.
Okay.
That is pretty much all you'd be able to get in one round. That's not your turn. But this creature is going to return the favor to Vorn. It's like big creature, big smash, basically. And he's going to make a multi-attack. This is going to be wild. Okay. Holy cow, how do I... I'm going to be rolling a lot of dice here, okay? Holy cow. 3... Alright, Liz, what is Vorn's armor class?
It is 17.
Okay, so you're lucky. Only 2 of the 5 attacks hit.
Oh my god.
The other thing is it doesn't do a ton of damage per attack, so that's why it makes so many. But it's one of those unique monsters that has a lot of hits in its multi-attack.
Well, bring on, because I just saw his hit points, so.
Let's see. He's gonna take...
That's called metagaming, Liz.
13 slashing damage. I don't know if it's if he's resistant to slashing damage. You probably want to check that.
I would not be surprised.
Showing any resistances.
No resistances? Okay, so you take the, what did I say, 15? Or 13, I mean. 13 slashing damage. Yeah, and, you know what? I'm going to make an adaptation to the other thing I said about up by Petal because of the character sheet that I just read. Petal, you get charged by another one from the north, and he runs straight into Winston. So he's going to attack Winston.
He's going to freaking try.
He's going to freaking try. I don't know. This is... something that's... Oh, well, one of them's a nat 1, so that didn't hit. But a 25, I'm guessing, hits.
25 does hit.
Yep, okay. It's gonna be just fine, because he can only do 5 damage to Winston. 5 piercing damage, as he bites into Winston's thick hide. Actually, no, he bites at Winston's crest, which happens to be harder than he thought it would be, and he's a little disappointed.
Petal's just like, oh, you messed up now, kid.
That is the end of the monster's turn, going to Cassandra, and she's going to adjust her strategy. And she's going to cast Dust Devil again on the one that's where the first one was. So if she hits, she does only 1 damage. Okay. 1 force damage, I think it is, but it's strength save of 12. Okay, there it is. Which it passes. This thing's too strong. Her attack was not effective. However, she has brought up the Dust Devil, which will last for up to a minute. Any creature within 5 feet must make a strength saving throw. So I'm rolling it like straight on the monster. So if you guys try to like attack the monster, you might have to do a strength saving throw if it's not a ranged attack. Actually, no, yeah, that's what happens. It's like, stand back! Cast the Dust Devil. Is a little disappointed in what happens, and then it's Petal's turn.
Petal is going to Sharkan, sick him. And then at the end of Petal's turn, Sharkan will go attack this guy. But he's going to also he's going to move Hunter's Mark from the one that is dead to the one that is right next to him.
Yep. That's fair.
And make his 2 bow attacks. 28 hit.
Yes. Are you? Is there? I cannot remember in D&D if there's a disadvantage at all for being in almost melee range.
There
with the
is,
bow.
but because Winston is size large, he takes up takes up a 10-foot radius, or 10-foot by 10-foot square. So I could be like
Okay.
on the back of him, like shooting at it while it's like latched onto his head.
Okay, cool. Then you are successful. Yes.
All right. Okay, let me roll all the damages. Come on, baby, one more. Almost. So that's still going to be 23 points of damage for my first attack. I rolled max damage for my bow, both on the D8 and the D6.
Nice.
Does a 27 hit?
It does.
Ooh, less damage this time. Dice giveth, dice taketh away. Ooh.
They've pretty much only giveth in this one. In my opinion.
Well, let's see here. That's gonna be 7, 8, 9, 14. Actually, that's not bad. 14 points of total damage. 4 of which were cold damage. The rest is piercing and force.
Okay. Not teabag.
Winston will move up. Or not Winston. Yeah, Winston's already there. Sharkan will move up. And he's going to...
They added a tiger sound.
Ooh,
effect.
he can't pounce, unfortunately. Well, I guess if he ran around, he could... If he's over here, he could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, he can pounce. Sweet. He's going to pounce on the four-armed demon ape. 3, 2, 4, 5, some turn. Okay, now you got to make the claw attack. Oh, nat 1. Bummer.
Oh.
Sharkan misses with his claw attack and just sails right past him.
Right.
Unfortunate. I feel like Winston is also going to have something to say about getting bit. So he is going to attempt to gore the giant ape. Uh, 14 plus
That hits.
9. Yeah, I was gonna say does a 23 hit?
the 14 hit.
For 23 points of gore damage.
All right, why don't you explain how Winston just smacks this guy into the underworld?
So this thing like jumped and like bit onto his crest, which like Winston's like, whatever, dude, and like yanks his head back and then just immediately swipes it around to nail him with his heavy duty beak and just and like hits. It's a big creature, but like he hits him like right in the face and he just drops, just done. No flailing, no calls, no nothing. Just
Nope. Just ended. Life dead. Gone.
Winston immediately goes back to looking non-pulsed. Just
Yes, you pack your stuff out the front door. Goodbye.
right. Don't you feel foolish now?
Well done. That would make Elvira the next in initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Unless
I realize
you
I have a small army with me. I do have Tavoke.
Yes, you do have Tavoke. That's right.
Sorry.
Well, if you didn't have your army, I couldn't throw giants at you, so...
Right.
I appreciate you letting me run a small army. It's very fun for me.
I better keep it to this size, or things are going to get out of control. That is not a hit. A 6 does not hit unless it gets good bonus.
Does a 12 hit?
Oh, just short. Just short.
Bummer.
That was close.
Look, misses.
It was a good attempt. But now we have Elvira and Vorn up. So
he'll empower Vorn's attack. So here, real quick, when Vorn attacks, Tavok will add 1d6 fire damage to Vorn's attack.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. Alright, Elvira, show us how it's done.
Alright, with the addition of more people, just to make sure for her sake, she's gonna run up to Vorn, but she's also going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip on the remaining one.
Yeah!
Okay, hold on, I casted that one, so I gotta cast it at second
Oh,
level.
he's got to do a, what is it, intelligence saving throw?
Intelligence saving throw, please.
He got a natural 20.
Okay, so he does beat it. However, there's still... Hold on.
Beats it, but that's not the end of the story.
Right. Okay, so I'm still gonna roll damage. So it's only 4 damage, and then he can keep all of his actions.
Okay. But you have Vorn with an additional, I think, 1d6 fire?
1d6 of fire, so that one I'm gonna do the same old 1-2s.
Yep, that's a
this. I'm gonna
choice.
roll 2 attacks here real quick. First attack is an 18.
That hits.
Second punch is 24.
Yeah, that also hits.
Okay, so hold on. Wait, I'm already in.
Man, I think this creature's gonna regret messing with you guys.
Alright, so the first punch is going to cause... Wait, sorry. That's 2d6. 1 plus 5 is... That's 10 points of damage for the first punch.
Okay.
And then the second punch... is 8 plus 4 is 12 points of damage. And then I get 1d6 of fire damage. 1 second. Then that's an extra 3 points.
Nice.
So
It is bloodied.
Did you add all that up, or can I add all that? You want me to do it?
I've been deducting it as you've been saying it. Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Um.
I got slightly pulverized on that.
Oh! He's making a racket, but can't do anything because it's not his turn. Raka, 5, 10, 15, 20. He moves right up and he's like, I'm done trying to hit you with my sling. It is about time that I smack you. And he grabs his scimitar. Make a scimitar attack. Or an 8. Oh, Raka, you fail me. Nope, he doesn't hit. Does not hit. Once again, Raka is just a complete and utter failure. But Guy is here to save the day. So it is Guy's turn. And do you want to roll for Guy again there, Zach?
I would be happy to.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Imagine.
First attack is a 9.
Nope. Imagine we
Second
might see
attack.
Eli within an hour, maybe.
Is a 10.
No. Wow, Guy, come on, man. I thought you were the fighter.
He's having an off day. You know, it's almost like he's just not here.
Right.
He's having an off day. Guy's just having an off day. Not his fault.
Well,
Sometimes your mind is elsewhere, and that's
It's
just how it goes.
incredible. Both Petal and Elvira have been carrying the team tonight. All right. That brings us to the creature, who is again. He's focused on Vorn. That's what he was focused on when he came originally. So it's gonna again attack Vorn. He's got two 17s. I think that hits. Oh, his armor class is. Oh wait, wrong person. What's Vorn's armor class?
Oh, big. Hold on.
Big?
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed both hits. He misses, and then he's going to open up to an opportunity attack from Vorn, Guy, Raka, Tavoke, and yeah. So roll for Tavoke, Vorn, Guy, and I'll roll for Raka as he's going to try to flee the scene.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do one punch from Born.
Did Rocket just get a... Oh, okay, he got a 12. He missed. Oh, wait, he's got advantage. That's right.
Guy got a 19.
Does an
19
hit?
hits. 18 hits. So both the 19 and the 18, you can roll for damage on those.
4 points.
4.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to take. I want. I did 6. 6 plus 4. Ooh, 16 points.
Ooh.
No, wait. That's not right. That's not right. I'm an idiot. 6 plus 3, not 9 plus 3. That's 9 plus 4. Would be 13 points of damage.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So you land those hits and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. He's lost the sight to you. Now, I haven't done much with these monkeys, but the monkeys have basically just been flying around going, whoo, 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 just watching and kind of being a menace, but not fighting you at all. They're clearly not attacking you. They just like getting in the way.
Seeing as Speak with Beast is still active, Petal is going to very loudly declare himself the new Monkey King.
Oh, roll a charisma check for me. Of some sort, like, gosh.
Persuasion?
Yeah, that works. I really want to see this happen. Okay.
15?
I better do a check as well. I don't know. Okay.
Petal knows how uncharismatic Max is, so he's not too worried.
They fly over and start swarming your head, but in a different way. Like they're not being a nuisance anymore. They're just flocking to you now.
Nice.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to stay there for long.
Yeah, no. I just want them to know I'm in charge now. If you beat the big monkey, I'm in charge now.
Yeah, we might as well drop initiative now. You still hear the beast. He is in the ruins.
Well, with Hunter's Mark, I have, what is it? I think it's advantage. Spellings, damage. I have advantage on any wisdom perception or wisdom survival check to find it.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to make
Alright,
a.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll make a perception check to see if I can see where he is.
All right. Why don't so one minor just like point of clarification. Right in front of you, I'll draw with my ruler here. This area right here is a wall. You won't be able to see through there, but over here are steps.
Okay,
So you
In
could
that case-
easily navigate through there.
I'm gonna take my posse over to the steps.
Okay.
Why can't I see? Oh, there we go.
Yep, there's a one-way wall to kind of
perfect.
like
I'm gonna follow
simulate
him.
height. So as you move, all right, go ahead. As you get up there, it becomes apparent to you that there is a depression in the middle of this ruin, and there is a waterfall, kind of flowing into a pit, and it's not super deep, clearly draining out somewhere. And down there, there are a few things of note. And Petal, your check was a 20, so you see 4 things. You see the creature, which is down on the floor, kind of working itself into a fury. You see a very large crane, as in the bird. And then you see a dead skeleton and something kind of shiny sitting next to it. You'd have to get closer to know what it is.
Okay. I would like to make a intimidation check against the 4-armed ape. I want to say submit or be destroyed.
Ooh, I like that. Go for it.
How's a 21 do me?
Let's see. You got a nat 20. He's not intimidated. In fact,
All right.
That might have made him a little angrier. Not that it matters a whole lot. He runs over and he grabs the skeleton and he throws it at you. Let's see. Let's just roll to see if it hits, and I'll do 1d4 if it hits. 1d4 bludgeoning. Does a 16 hit?
It just hits.
Just hits. Okay, so we'll do 1d4. My new d4 that I got. You take 1 point of bludgeoning.
Oh no.
Oh no, anyway.
Zach, you reminded me of those people at the zoo that get in the polar bear exhibit. And then, with their leg in the polar bear's mouth.
Okay, so the skeleton's been deleted.
I am shooting the large ape.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a spell. No, I want to hit to attack. It's a 17 hit.
Yes.
Okay, 10 piercing, 2 cold, and 5 force. So 17 points of damage for my first attack.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Like one, just like right to the throat, just like whoop-ah!
It grasps at the arrow, and what would have been like an ape sound comes out very, very hoarse and breathy. And then slowly the life goes out of it and just...
I'm going to...
is disturbed and flies off.
Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna talk to the crane in case he was thinking he was gonna step.
No, he decided he was gonna get out.
I am going to turn back like outside to the flock of monkeys. Like, I have slain the giant monkey. I am the new monkey king. I'm gonna like raise my hands.
They all go wild, and then the spell drops, and then they all kind of look at each other, and then they fly off in different directions.
Perfect. I just want them to know I run this.
Not before Raka takes a shot at one of them with his sling. He does so, and let's see what... Oops, I did not mean to open the game. Find out what he does. See if you can actually land a hit for once tonight. 18, yep. And he's guaranteed to do enough damage. Raka brings down one, and he walks over and he starts plucking the feathers out of its wings and putting them into a pouch.
Smart, smart. Those make fantastic arrows, by the way.
I
No,
believe
you need them for your construct. You
I
need them
saw
for the
those
wings you're building.
shots you made. Yes, exactly. He's like, I think these would make good wings. And he still has the bones from like the Terrafolk to kill. He's like, if I combine the right ingredients, like maybe I can make glider wings, something like that.
I like it. I like it.
Go ahead and do just a really easy investigation check if you want to know what that thing is.
I want to know so bad. 13?
It is a ring, and if you want to spend a short rest with an Arcana check, you could definitely identify what it does.
I'm definitely going to go see Elvira and be like, hey, last time, released the Necromancer, so you want to help me take a look at this, make sure we're not setting the bad guy loose or something?
Do it.
Good thinking.
Alright.
Cassandra's going to assist you.
I got detect magic.
Do it with advantage with Cassandra assisting you.
Okay, though there's no roll for it, I just cast it. And
That's
so
right, I
for
keep
your
forgetting.
mission, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
That's right. Sorry.
Magic is way, yeah.
I left out an important part. There is definitely magic you can detect. If you want to do an Arcana check, Cassandra will assist you. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, but this check already tells me, like, the spell tells me what kind of magic it is.
It tells you what school of magic it is, right?
Or school of
Right.
magic, yeah.
Maybe I can get you that information. I don't remember off the top of my
Make it up.
I don't know if it belongs to a specific school either. It doesn't.
This is discombobulation magic.
So this, I'm gonna rule that instead of finding out what school it comes from, because it's a magical item, you can, with a high enough roll, you can determine what its purpose is.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
And it would just be an Arcana-based roll.
Cool. Son of a gun.
Exciting. 14. It is the Ring of Jumping.
Did I still cast detect magic, or should I take that off?
You can take that off.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead and you have the Ring of Jumping, which, let me look it up one more time. Get you the information on it. With this ring, while wearing, you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action at will, but can target only yourself when you do so, and it requires attunement. Raka is going to take some interest in that, and he asks if you're willing to trade.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, he like, I think this would be very beneficial.
Especially if you get your glider up and running.
I hadn't thought of that. Great idea. Very believable, I'm sure. This effectively clears this map. I'm just going to tell you. Oh wait, no, there's one more thing. Let's have a hard perception check from Petal, from where he is, and perception check from the others as well. Whoever wants to look, I guess that was just Liz.
I got it.
Dirty 20.
Oh, wow.
14.
All right, you both see the glint of some weird bottle over here on the floor. And shoot, I never marked down what it was. It is after doing the little taste test, it's another potion of healing. It's the low tier one.
Okay. I'm gonna pass that to Elvira.
Thank you.
And I am also going to. I got lots of spell slots. I don't actually need. Yeah,
This might be a good time to also take a quick 5-minute break. What do you think?
I'm good with that.
Okay. When we do that, I'll think up how I want to get us to the next part, and we'll reconvene in about 5.
I'm gonna take my dog out, so Zach,
Good
holler
thinking.
at me when we get back in if I'm not back in.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Be the first time I've ever heard of hand insurance. Sounds wise to me, though. Somebody missed. Oh, yeah, that sounds good, Zach. I just saw your message.
Oh, no worries.
Go for it. Go for it.
I started it when we were in.
What's that?
I started when we were in combat, but
Oh, yeah.
I've been like a little fearful of Shere Khan getting hurt, and that's ridiculous. He's a giant tiger. He needs to be involved.
Oh, I see. Yeah, what part of the reason I needed to put the health on here is because I feel like I've been like kind of not hitting as hard as I could or should, maybe taking it a little bit easier than I'm comfortable with. This is Chult after all, so this is going to help me to keep things a little bit more balanced in a good way, you know. And part of that is you having the option to use all your characters like Vorn, Winston, Shere Khan, Tavok. All of those contribute to the group health pool. So then it means that I bring something a little more powerful to the table, or challenging in another way. Yeah, this was another one of my tests to see what you could do here, and you made it look like nothing. All right, let us continue. That battle took a few minutes, so let's say in game time. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Remember, this happened right after you woke up. You have those 4 rabbits that you can have for breakfast, but as soon as you get all your stuff ready and you're ready to go, you again don't really encounter any resistance for the rest of the day, which gets you pretty close where you need to be.
It's good to be the Monkey King.
Indeed. Maybe your little monkey servants did something before they all flew off. They brought you some trinkets of like rocks and dirt and stuff. They're like tribute for the king. Clearly, very worthy king too.
Did you hear about the guy who trained ravens to find money in New York City?
Oh, I didn't know about that part. That's cool.
Yeah, he would he taught them that if they brought him like money or like paper money or coins or whatever, he would give them like food, like bird food, and they they obviously didn't understand denominations, so they would just show up on his porch with money, and he would trade them like 1 for 1, regardless of what kind of money it was. And eventually, he's like, I make more money feeding birds than I do like working my day job, my crummy day job. So I'm just gonna do that all the time now.
Man.
Dan, this reminds me. So, did this encounter come from the book, or is it from your mind?
This one was in my mind.
Are you a fan of the Jungle Book?
A little bit.
Yeah. So there is, if you remember, there is a king in there.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I think I'm getting like the actual book and the movie crossed in my mind.
Oh, that's
I know
easy to do.
There is, because in the live action one, Christopher Walken plays a massive orangutan.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was his name? King Louis.
King Louis. I want to walk like you, talk like you.
It's been a long time since I saw it. Long time.
The live action, they did a good job on it.
That was a recent movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like a recent remake?
Monkeys are very much like chaotic neutral. I have to go back and read it. It's been a few years.
I think if I'm not mistaken, King Louis wanted the secret to fire because he thought that like that was the difference between him and man was the mastery of fire.
Oh.
And so he wanted Mowgli to teach him the secret of fire.
Oh, I remember that now. Oh, yeah. That definitely happened. Oh, man. I feel like I read that book and watched the animated movie when I was like 5. So it's been a long time. Raka has been consulting his memory, I guess, maybe some little scratched notes that he might have on a page that was in his travel bags, and he thinks that he may have found you a shortcut to Orlunga. But
Oh,
he suggests that you follow a specific path that's gonna peel off to the west because you've been traveling south to get back to where your previous position was.
I was hoping to explore this ladder over here.
Oh, you can do that before we do that. Is that ladder really just goes up and down in from that little depression where all the water is?
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, there's really not a whole lot in this zone. You've really kind of found it all.
Cool.
Yeah. I borrowed this map from the internet. Once
From
again.
the interweb.
Actually, it was on Roll20 now that I think about it. It was a basic free asset. That's right. Did its job. Within a few minutes of hiking, his shortcut seems to have paid off, and you get to an area where the trees clear a little bit, and you can see off in the distance, a few miles away, the towering ziggurat of Orolunga. Ah, that is
Okay.
Orolunga. Should make it there
like it.
soon. And it's this towering stone structure. You two, are you familiar with like the Aztecan pyramids?
Like the step pyramids.
Mm-hmm. That's what this kind of looks like. And at the top there seems to be, instead of like a doorway, because on the Aztecan ones there's like a four-sided doorway section where you can go in. It's just flat on top of this one instead.
Okay, we'll have the little gazebo thing on the top.
Right, and there is, like, your eyes just aren't good enough to really see what's on top of there. It's just too far away. But there's definitely a shape up there of some sort. And down below you, you see this, like, almost, like, it's paradise down below you as the ground opens up, and for the first time, instead of traveling, like, uphill or on level ground, you're standing above this massive valley that is just full of growth, amazing, like, rare forms of orchids in the trees, a different kind of tree than before. They're all deciduous, but they're not really like the jungle type anymore. They're almost more like palm trees, really.
Is it still like a more comfortable temperature here than like the rest of Chult?
Yeah, it's a really nice temperature here. It's not swelteringly hot and super humid anymore. There's like a gentle breeze going through, and you can see down at the bottom of this valley a gentle moving stream that winds its way through.
Okay. Guys, I got a pitch. Just an idea popped into my head. Vacation home. Think about it. I realize it's been a pain in the butt to get here, but we're on good terms with the Trent. We're on good terms with the Aarakocra. I am the king of the monkeys. The temperature's nice. I mean, like, if you have to settle in Chult, this is you can't beat this. Look at this view. Look at this view. I mean, people, I mean, I'm sure people have died for this view.
It's pretty stunning. Definitely
Just
the most
throwing it out there.
serene place that you've seen in Chult yet. With, like, it definitely surpasses like the Hermit's home, which was pretty serene. This is just breathtaking.
Yeah, like it.
Elvira says, well, I think we need to, I need to bring my friend T here one day. He has this spell that you can, like, build structures with. Unfortunately, he's kind of trapped in hell right now, but as soon as he gets out.
That's unfortunate.
Is he gonna Minecraft his way into making a fortress?
I think it's an actual D&D spell, right, Zach?
What are you talking about?
I'm making a hint.
Oh, are you talking about Topin?
Yeah.
Oh yes, he uses so. One of my first sorcerer got stone wall, and I heard of it before, so I looked it up, and immediately realized with like, especially like meta magic and stuff as a 10th level sorcerer, I could build like a wizard's tower in like a week.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I would love to experiment with that at some point. That would be really fun. You know, it's quite likely that that could happen in this game, because you guys are going to level up really fast. Like, I don't know, I think I've already mentioned this. You're supposed to be like level 11 in order to fight Mr. He Who Shall Not Be Named. They have almost accidentally given away something. Anyway, I'm going to digress from that. There is a relatively easy to follow path that is kind of worming its way down into this Paradise Valley in front of you. Oh, and then off in the distance, there's some really like beautiful waterfalls coming down from the mountains that are just past the ziggurat. That all seem to be flowing down towards that stream eventually, and there's like kind of a pond area right in front of the ziggurat.
I know where my cabin's going. I'm proficient in carpenter's tools, or at least I can be after I take a nap. So,
man, I wish I could learn things that quickly.
I just gotta meditate on my past lives.
I'm proficient in accounting because I slept for 30 minutes.
Right. That would have made college easier, huh?
Indeed. Okay. Let's see. It's probably, let's say it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you see this, so you have another 3-ish hours before it's really going to be before darkness falls. It seems like Bronca's shortcut really paid off. You saved a lot of time.
Awesome. Well, I want to go down to the pond and set up camp because that looks gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, let's explore that a little bit, shall we? You get down to that pond area. It's gonna take another hour to get there, just because it's kind of a long walk. You got a really good vantage point from where you are at the moment, where you see all this stuff. So it takes you maybe about an hour. Let's see. We get some perception checks as well. I don't really have a map for what I have described to you, unfortunately. So you're just gonna have to like theater of the mind it a little bit.
Ooh, natural 20 for a 22 on perception.
Oh, nice. Well, let's go with Petal first, quickly. You find a couple rare orchids that you haven't encountered before, and you sense that they could be useful for something. You're welcome to add those to your sheet if you want. Elvira, you find some choice-looking game that is at the pond, using it as a watering hole. You also see the beginning of a path leading up to the ziggurat.
Ooh, okay, so I do choice looking game, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a shot at them with my longbow.
Absolutely. It's
Oh no. Is it a 10 hit?
Why don't I check here? Oh, if this is an actual creature in D&D or not. Oh, it is. Guess I've never looked this one up. No, unfortunately you miss, and the deer is scared away.
road.
Runs
Sorry,
off
y'all.
into the woods.
Why are you horning in on my turf, Elvira?
I just got excited.
Yeah, it just kind of runs off into the distance, and apparently there was a fawn next to it that took off along with it. Doe and a fawn peel off into the.
Okay, well, I'm kind of glad I missed it because I didn't realize they had a baby. I did not check the sequence.
I'll be spending most of my life living in a ranger's paradise.
I like the Amish Paradise parody the best. That one's good.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay, so I guess because you don't have an image in front of you, it might be hard to know what to do there, or know what options you have. You have a path leading up to the ziggurat, which is where Raka is kind of like was originally hinting you should go, and that really is what that is Orolunga, is the ziggurat. Then you have the paradise around you with that pond, which makes a really nice watering hole, and this paradise of trees and flowers and waterfalls and stuff. But that's more like the surrounding terrain. And so far you haven't seen any creatures other than those deer that were just cleared off. So
I like to think that Winston and Sharkan are splashing about in the pond, as they like to do. Winston's more just like tromping in there and like sitting down comfortably and like munching on aquatic grasses, whereas Sharkan is actually like jumping into the water and like swimming around and diving and splashing and being a ridiculous tiger. Because apparently tigers love the water. The only cat species that does, but
just having a whale of a time.
Yup. Just being a good old boy.
Raka's gonna, while you're setting up your camp, he's assembling those bones on the ground as if he's like prototyping what he wants to do here. And he's interested in any feedback because he's not the most crafty of people, not really the most handy, and so he's laid out on the ground, and then he's laid out the feathers as if he's going to attach them, but he hasn't figured out how to get the feathers to stick or how to make the bones, like pull together and articulate, that sort of thing, and how he's going to attach it to his back. He's got to figure those things out.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is Petal speaking to Raka. Question. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this outside of like just trying to mimic wings of natural creatures, but isn't there like can't you fly through magic like as a practitioner? I have very limited magical abilities. I don't know if I will ever delve that deep into the arcane. But
yeah, he says I'm not yet powerful enough to do so, and I must find a creature that is able to fly. I have seen the flying monkeys, but if you ask me, they don't seem like prime candidates. Rah!
I get that. They're more like monkeys that fly, as opposed to like birds that live in the sky. You know, they're like turkeys, man. Like they can get around, but they're not going long distance.
Yeah. And they're not gonna fly up.
I don't know if that's actually how flying monkeys work. That's just how I see them in my head.
That's how I do too. It's kind of like the like the little cherubs. You know what I mean by that? The little flying
yeah.
angel kids. Yeah, kind of like that. Like they can hover. About it.
Right. They can glide. Like they can like scoot up a tree and like. Like have you ever seen grouse? Like have you seen like grouse fly? That's what I'm thinking of. It's like yeah, they can glide and they can take off and they can get 35, 40 feet in the air, but like they're not going that far. You know,
Right,
they're
they're
not
not going on a long journey or anything.
right.
Yeah, he's kind of hoping that he could figure out either how to actually fly with them, which would take he thinks would take a lot of practice, or maybe like climb up to a high mountain peak and then just glide for miles, miles. Just kind of get the, kind of finally feel like what he was.
I mean, I think if we take the bones from the pterosaur and we kind of lay them out how they naturally go, one, they're going to fit together, and we can bind them with like sinew. So then when it dries, it's going to be super, super strong and tight. It's going to hold them in place. Then we just need to get enough material to cover the span. That's the only thing I got. It's just the best I can help you with would be mimicking existing wings, because I don't, it's not really my forte. But I mean, we do got a big ziggurat here, so like, there's a pond. If you wanted to try test flight stuff, this might not be the worst place. Climb up on top, jump off, aim for the pond.
He likes that idea. The whole,
I bet
particular.
if you held everything together with wax, it would be great.
I would be worried that wax wouldn't hold, but that's just me.
Yeah, what if I get too close to the sun? Ah!
I mean, the sun is pretty far away. I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Right.
Strokes his feather beard and thinks about it for a while.
It's canon. He now has a feather beard.
I guess, through all that conversation, it's probably like night is falling. So why don't we do some perception checks for this night?
Got it.
See if there's anything interesting that happens.
They're
Ooh,
pretty
excellent. 10?
I feel like Pedal's looking around like, man, this place is almost like this too good to be true, maybe. Like, clearly somebody was here at one point. Why'd they leave? Like, so he's got his eye out for the other shoe to fall, He was like, ooh, this is nice. But this is still Schultz, so...
Let's see, I'm gonna make a quick and dirty map, maybe. That would be a good idea. Drawings clear. Just because otherwise I don't know how I'm gonna describe anything, because I didn't, I was I was kind of tired this week, and it made making a map not on my list of priorities.
I know how that feels.
It was definitely one of the rough weeks, that's for sure. All right,
I've had a rough week, so we're doing Theater of the Mind today.
Exactly. Thankfully, I have the random battle map, so I can kind of do some quick and dirty stuff. I'm gonna move you back to the random battle map now. Go. Just imagine that this white background is an amazing paradise.
Yeah, I like it. I can see it now.
I can see it now. Honestly, it's almost better to do Theater of the Mind, because then you can think things look the way you want them to look. Like, what is paradise in your head? That's what it is.
Like, in my mind, there's definitely like a sandy beach to this pond, and like some trees right on the edge where Pedal has his hammock, his hammock set up, and yeah,
I like this.
And like the whole time he's like keeping an eye out for stuff. He's like, okay, if my cabin is gonna be 40 by 40, how close to the pond do I want to get? I don't want to be right on the beach. I want to have a little bit of space. I want to be maybe back in these trees. Where's a good flat spot? He's already decided at some point he's moving in, even if it's just like his private home somewhere.
All of a sudden, trees start growing. There you go. That's your
Yeah, we just start
paradise.
noticing them. They've been there the whole time. We just didn't notice them.
Winston's in there. Jarkon's in there having a swim. Born is like standing on the beach, just looking.
If there's palm trees, I like to imagine Shar Khan has found a coconut and is playing with it in the water.
That would be awesome. And your entrance to Ziggurat looks kind of like that, just not freehand. Now,
Mhm.
you guys, it's too dark for you to find out anything about the Ziggurat right now. Oh, I keep forgetting. We had our watch. Let's have Guy do a check as well. I'll roll for him. Perception. Okay. Deciding what's going to happen here.
Petal will be introducing himself as King of the Ormu monkeys. The Monkey King of Ormu.
The only thing that happens that night is that Petal notices that there is a very large creature flying above Orolunga, and he only sees him when he passes over the moon. Passes by the moon. And as you narrow your eyesight, you think you see a humanoid figure with wings.
A humanoid figure with wings?
Yes. And
Man, I knew this place was too good to be true.
it's flying east towards Mbala.
Okay. I will wake Elvira up just to share that little bit of nightmare fuel with her.
I mean, was that a nat 20 or was it a dirty 20?
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. Dark, so I don't know. Definitely more than 60 feet, so you don't. Dark vision's not going to contribute. Yes, I don't have any. I can't give you any more. Sorry.
Can I like get like a maybe a just a general idea of its size? Like is it like medium humanoid size or was it much bigger?
Medium.
Or could I not tell?
Medium.
Oh. Maybe it's one of those pterosaurs. Okay, that's not so bad. If it's medium, if it's our size, we can take it. I would definitely fight a medium-sized wing beast for this cabin. I'm committed.
Let's have a do a an insight check too. Let's see, because you've encountered a Terrafolk before, and you know what it looks like by silhouette.
14.
Oh, guess what I rolled? A 14. I'm going to give it to you because I like to give players a wing on those. The wings aren't Terrafolk shaped. They're a different kind of shape.
Okay. New flying humanoids. Still not leaving my cabin.
Is this shared with Elvira as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Just so you know, I'm not gonna let them push me off my land.
It's way up there.
You and your jokes, Zachary.
The next morning arrives, and Raka is cooking some sort of fruit that he found, and he has made almost like a crepe with the fruit as a sauce on it, and he offers you some breakfast.
I'm
What's
going
up?
to share my discovery with Raka and ask him if he knows what it is. Like, and just so you know, this just became a stand your ground valley.
While I do that, I have to admit, all of my characters are cooks for some reason.
Mine too.
Let's
Oh, your
see.
characters are what?
Cooks.
They're all cooks. Okay, so I just had him do a nature check, see if he can remember what it is. He asks you if the wings looked like they were feathered.
I don't know if I got a good enough look at them. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a terrafolk though.
And then he asks if you could see what its head looked like, and you probably could. It was it had a beak of some sort, and it was
Okay.
kind of small.
Definitely
and,
like
yeah.
avian. Definitely avian of some
Ah,
kind.
sounds like one of those Aarakocra.
Oh.
I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, okay, we're cool with them. I ain't even worried.
Yeah. He can't be sure of that, but that's kind of what it sounds like to him. Like, they live close. They have their territory. Like they fly. Quite possible that they came over here, but it was really high up, so it was clearly coming from a distance, back east, going back east.
That makes sense. He'd be headed back towards where we met them, so yeah, that tracks. Perfect.
Right on. Right
Good,
on.
good. We already know the neighbors. I'm telling you guys, this is the perfect spot. You know, assuming there's not like a cursed necromancer hiding in the ziggurat. But hey, you know what? I am okay with coming back with a priest and just
I like
banishing
my
that.
cursed necromancers. You know me. Cursed necromancers is my favorite.
It's Joel.
Like this.
Every other bad guy's like a necromancer, from my understanding. Like,
Necromancer 1, Necromancer 2.
it's like this is where you go to be a necromancer. Like,
yeah, he actually, to kind of like bite on that line of discussion, Raka and Cassandra are a little surprised at the low level of undead that there's been lately, because it's kind of like the thing in Chult.
I'm telling you guys, ideal spot. We're sitting on the best part of the peninsula. It's not going to get better than here. I'm going to build a hut. This is going to be beautiful.
Are you interested in the ziggurat at all?
I mean, if to just make sure there's nothing in there that's going to disturb my beautiful, beautiful, peaceful valley area, then yes, very interested.
Raka says that he is eager to get up there because he's heard there's treasure on this ziggurat.
Raka, the real treasure is the prime real estate we find along the way.
It's not the destination, it's the journey.
No,
But
it's
in
the
this
real
case,
estate.
it's definitely the destination.
It's not the friends we made along the way. It's the prime real estate we found along the way.
Let's see if I can get a number here. Okay. I'm just gonna roll with you guys are going up to the ziggurat because that's what I have planned for today.
Absolutely, 100%.
All of this was just warming you up, which unfortunately took a while, but that's okay. You at the bottom of this ziggurat, which I want to mention, it's kind of in a little bit of disrepair, kind of crumbling a little bit. Definitely looks rather old to you. It's covered in vines and all kinds of plant vegetation. And some of the bricks have broken off or rolled down and sit at the foot of this ziggurat. I do see multiple levels. I don't remember how many levels there are. There's like 3 or 4 levels, so just imagine that in your head. Where there's like a set of stairs, and then there's a landing. And then there's another set of stairs and another landing, and so on and so forth. And each one of those levels is about 30 feet up from the previous.
Okay.
So that brings us to like a 60 or 90 foot ziggurat.
All right. Oh, Dan, can you make pedal accessible?
Oh, did it happen again? Oh, it's because I copied the wrong tokens. I'm gonna have to fix this for next game. There you go, and Elvira is good to go now too.
Perfect.
There we go. Just gonna bring Rocco, Sandra over. All right, so as you try to ascend, you notice that there are a tangle of roots, vines, and creepers that are covering the steps. And it is really, really, really dense. In fact, there look like there are some thorns. So as you start to walk up, like these thorns start to kind of like scratch at your legs and such. They're restricting your movement. You're like not getting any ground, no matter how carefully you try to walk steps. But Raka urges you on. He says, "We must get to the top. There is treasure unknown." And Cassandra actually hasn't ascended yet, and she stops. Let's see if the thing that I tried to upload actually worked. There is a plaque down at the bottom. Yeah, no. For some reason, Roll20 is not working the greatest today. But I will share the plaque with you anyway. Just put it in Discord. 1 second here. And this is something that would be like relatively easy to see at the bottom of the steps before you would ascend. And it's written in common, so anyone is able to read this. It says on the plaque, on that ziggurat, above lies Saja Nabaza, a treasure of wisdom and knowledge. She is fickle. Take great care. You may learn much if you can find her. That's all it says.
Pell's just gonna kind of lean back like, well, that rules me out. Elvira, Cassandra, you guys are gonna take the lead on this one.
I've got it.
I am many things, but wise and smart is not either of those things. I'm neither of those.
I love the dedication to the character. Let's see here. Okay. After you make your first attempt to like climb up these stairs, and you find it a little bit difficult, standing among you, you notice a creature that you recognize. You've seen one of these before. I will give you another look at it here. Handouts. Show to players. All right, take a look at this image. See those little things that are black with white faces? That image?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chewinga. You've seen one of these before. Early on in your travels, you saw one observing you from on top of a tree, and Gary had a little bit of insight on it. He said that they're these mythical creatures, and he didn't exactly believe that they existed. He said that they're generally, in fact, almost entirely believed to be some sort of a fae creature, and that they're more curious than anything. They aren't harmful. They won't hurt you at all. And sometimes, if you are in an area with Chewingas, it's rumored that you may notice an item disappear from your pack and to be replaced with one of equal value. So these Chewingas have kind of like a, even though they're believed to be myth, they're also kind of treated almost like really good leprechauns.
Okay.
Sort of.
I'm gonna like kind of like crouch down to like and like act very non-threateningly, and I want to speak to it in Sylvan and say, "Greetings. small
check and see.
greetings, friend. We mean you no harm. We are simply explorers looking in the area.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so one other point of clarification: they are tiny, tiny.
Fairy size.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
It doesn't seem to understand you.
That's
But
okay. I'm going
instead,
to.
It does respond, just not with words, actually. Let's see. You notice it pull out a large orchid, one that's both purple and orange, and put on a mask, a little wooden mask that resembles the head of Winston, actually. And then he charges up the steps, and before it, the thorns shrivel and move back and part. Just after it lands on the top landing, it sets down the orchid, and the vines and thorns go back to where they were.
The cool orchids that I picked the other day, is either one of them this orange purple orchid?
Yeah, you definitely
Perfect.
found one.
Perfect. I'm going to produce one of my orchids and hold it out and kind of walk slowly up there,
Hmm?
like he did.
They
It's
part.
clearly following his lead.
Yeah, they part from for a 15-foot radius around you.
Okay, so enough to bring the posse, save Winston.
Right. Yeah, Winston might have to stick behind.
That's fine. He is more than happy to play in the water. And by play in the water, I mean sit there and munch on aquatic grass like he do.
You get up onto the landing, and the Chewinga is not there at the moment. It seems to have disappeared, and in front of you, your way is blocked by something that let's see, crumbling stone. But even before that, you see on the floor what looks like a large square plate. And you're welcome to do any checks you want if you want to investigate that or figure out something about it. That seems to be in between you and the and the next steps.
Okay.
Can I try walking around the plate to see if it does anything?
Yes, it's going to be difficult because it takes up most of the space. But if you wanted to try something finesse, like with your dexterity, to try to tiptoe around it, you could, yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll do an investigation.
Sweet. Sounds good.
12.
Dexterity.
It looks like a pressure plate, and you're apart from that, you're not sure what it would really do if it were activated.
Oh, we're about
but
to find out because my dexterity
You
roll
find
was
out Elvira loses her step and stands on it, and it doesn't depress at all. It sits there.
Is there any way I can hop back off of it? What?
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Elvira, maybe it's like the alligator guy. Get on my back.
Did that cause anything? Like, is it like a landmine situation where, like, it's fine if you step on it, it's just stepping off of it?
No, it really doesn't do anything.
Cool. Well, I'll step off of it either way.
Okay. Do you step off of it further up the steps or back towards the party?
Yeah, further up the steps because I want to
Okay.
go look at this goddess lady thing.
I'll just say you're I'm gonna move you guys right. Oh, come on. Roll 20. I'm gonna put you there. the problem with having so many tokens is it's hard to like place them all. You know. I'm gonna just temporarily set your animals back here, Zach, just for the
That's fine.
simplicity of it. And maybe I ought to just draw that pressure plate while I'm at it. There you go. That makes sense, right? But Elvira managed to get in front of it, and nothing happened.
Well, being the impulsive fellow that he is, and seeing that Elvira didn't have any issues with it, Petal's gonna do the same. Like, hey, it's fine. And walk right up next to Elvira. Or at least attempt to.
Yep, and nothing happens. Maybe a little surprisingly. Guy gets up the courage to follow and crosses over with no issue, and at this point the other two are like, whatever. And they both step on it at the same time, which is maybe their downfall, and the thing depresses. Like, ah! And you feel a rumble, and up in front of you, a little bit more of the crumbling rocks that were on the stairs start tumbling down towards you. If I have dexterity saving throws, we'll see if you get hit by any stray rubble.
$16.
Okay.
Ooh, 11.
Let's see all of them here before I say what happened. Raka. Tantress, for some reason, is taking forever to do. 18. There we go. Alright. So the only one who gets hit is Guy, unfortunately. And he's going to take... 5 bludgeoning damage, so I'll just deduct that real fast. It's actually not so bad because he really regained health from all the short rests you've done. So he's doing okay. He's at 34 of 39. The other two ended up hopping off of the pressure plate in the process. And then in front of you, the Chewinga appears again. This time... actually, it's a different Chewinga. Sorry. The other one disappeared. This one has a different mask on its head. It's one of a chameleon. And it has a large orange and purple orchid in its hand.
Mm-hmm.
And a feather that is red. And it walks up the steps without a problem, treading right over the stones as if they aren't there. But he has the two things in his hand. He has the orchid, and then he has a feather.
Can I try and go communicate with this bright fey-like creature?
You could try, yeah.
I want to know, like, well, why are you dressed so ornately with all these gifts in your hands?
Oh, okay. So you're going to speak to it then? It looks up at you, and then it doesn't say anything, but you also notice it doesn't have a mouth.
Oh, well, that would make sense. I said, well, I think you have a fantastic headdress and a beautiful orchid. May we follow you wherever you're going.
It sort of almost nods a little bit.
I have a stash of Max's feathers that I've been keeping, that I keep to make arrows.
Oh yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna take one of the larger ones of those out, and I'll be like, "This may not work. Don't follow. Like, don't. Let me test this out first." And I'm gonna try to walk up there with like the orchid in one hand and the feather in the other.
As you start to walk up the stones, they crush into gravel beneath you and become very slippery, and the steps start to disintegrate underneath you the more you try.
Okay, well, I will go backwards. And go, nope, That didn't work. Big brain people to the front. Elvira, you're up, girl.
Yeah.
Um,
When he tried to walk up with a feather that didn't look like that red one, the stone steps started to disintegrate and turn into gravel, which was slippery and slick.
did it look
Can
like
I do an investigation check to see if there's any like red berries or anything on those vines that we just passed?
None on those vines. You wouldn't really need to do a check for that, no.
Okay.
But if you want to do a nature check, then I'll give you something else. Anybody
All right.
can, really.
17?
It looks like a feather that came from one of the birds that you've seen around this place. So it's clearly a different kind of feather.
I'm gonna like I'm Would you let me do like a bird call as as part of a survival check to try to like get these birds to come here? Or would that be animal handling?
I feel like it'd be animal handling, or maybe even you speak with beasts. Might be able to do.
I keep forgetting that I have magical spells. Yes, I'm absolutely going to cast Speak with Beast, and I'll pull out some food. Speak with animals, and I will pull out some food and try to entice one of the red birds to come down, and I would like to negotiate with it for one of its feathers.
A parrot swoops down and lands on your shoulder, remarkably similar to the parrot that you ended up training in Yanzaru. It looks at you kind of expectantly, like it wants something.
I'll give it the first bite of food and say, "Good fellow, it appears that we need a feather to get further down this trail. Could we trade, or perhaps do a favor for you in exchange for a feather?"
Um, it speaks back to you in parrot speech, bird speech. It wants more food, and then it would
Lucky
give you a
lucky
feather.
for you. Lucky for you, I have so much food. Yeah, I got so much food because I've just been eating good berries. You know what? Skip it. I'll cast Goodberry and be like, it looks small, but this is all the food you're gonna need for a whole day. And I will give it 2 good berries.
Thank you. And it turns and like kind of like puts its feather kind of closer to you, or its tail feathers next to you, and it shakes its tail a little bit, and one of the kind of looser feathers that would have otherwise fallen out kind of comes out and kind of just floats down into your hand.
Heyo, thank you.
Goodbye now. All of my creatures
Farewell,
are like
friend.
nice and friendly. Feel like a little too friendly for Chult, but who cares?
Hey, this is the wonderful, peaceful Valley of Chult.
That's right.
So
Not all
yeah,
parts
this
of
is
Chult are
Battle's
terrible.
new home.
This is the good neighborhood in Chult.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
You've
the
been-
good side of the tracks.
I'm
Peaceful Valley.
pretty sure that's very not canon, but we're gonna go with it anyway.
I like it better this way.
I do too. All right, are you gonna try attempting the stairs again?
Yeah, sure. I'll guinea pig it if you guys want. I'll like go, and if it starts to.
I fully support you in this decision. Says
If it
both
works,
of my
I'm jumping on
characters.
your back to ride to the top.
Okay.
You managed to climb up the stones without any issue. They crumble in front of you and roll down kind of safely alongside of the path. And
Okay.
as you once you get to the top and you turn around and look back, it's like it's like it never happened. The stones are covering the path again behind you.
Ah. Okay. Am I able to get the rest of the group up that way?
Yes, I'd say you're on like this spot now.
Okay.
Not to scale. And in front of you now is a 40-foot wall that is completely bare of any like handholds or anything, except for at the very top there is a metal hook sticking out of the top.
Guy, do you still have a grappling hook?
He does have a grappling hook.
You think you can make that throw?
With what do you think it would be, dex or strength? I don't know.
I would say I would say probably
Dexterity or athletics, because you have.
yeah. I would say either acrobat, yeah, either dex or strength. I don't know. I think it depend.
We'll do athletics.
That's probably his strong suit, anyways. What is his strength? 13.
His first throw is a 5, but I'll let you go ahead and try again for him. If you
Wing and a miss.
This the first time it comes clattering down, clang.
Second time he got another 5 because he has a +1. So
Clang. Falls down on the ground. So far,
all right, guy. Third time's the charm. You got this. I believe in you. 6. All right. At this point, has it been 10 minutes? Has my beast speak worn off?
That'd probably be reasonable.
Darn.
Well,
Like, okay.
how long does it really take to walk up steps? Not that long. We'll say you have a minute or 2 left.
Max, come here. Okay, we've tried this before. Okay. Take this hook, put it on that hook.
Oh!
I believe in you. You got this.
I love doing your monkey. Let's see if he should I do I think I might want to do an intelligence roll just to see if he can understand.
Oh, absolutely. He should have to roll for that. He's a shoulder monkey. He's a fine fellow, but intelligence is not something that I would use to describe him.
He gets a 2. That's a no.
Well, it was worth a try. He's a fine fellow. Like it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Listen, we're struggling too. It's not easy. It's okay.
Rah! Is there any other way you could get extra height to throw that rope? Rah! Seems like it's just too far out of reach.
If I was to tie like a thread, or I guess we probably don't have a thread. If I was to tie the rope around an arrow, could I, at disadvantage, make a ranged attack check to try to like?
I like that idea. Sure. That's clever. I'm sure you could fire some of your cordage up there or some sort.
Pedal, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
At disadvantage, I got a 12.
Wow, that's impressive.
Well, I have a +10 to hit, so I rolled a 2.
The arrow sails up, arcs, and then comes down, twing, into the stone. It doesn't go up as far because it's pulling a little bit of weight. But yeah, you managed to pull a fine cord up over the hook.
Nice. Perfect. All right. So, do I now have like both ends of the hook?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. I have like both ends of the rope, like the arrow went up, over, and then like down to where I was. Okay. Yeah, I'll just start tying knots in the rope, and like pull it, like tie knots and then pull it, and then tie knots and then pull it, so that we eventually get like a rope, like a knotted rope.
Smart.
And then I want to look for something to tie the other rope off because I don't want to just like tie a slip knot and pull it tight. Because then how do we get the rope back when we go back down?
Just do what you just got to use elven rope.
If only I had elven rope. I didn't bring any with me from the Feywild.
Oh shoot! How could I forget? Why don't you flip a destiny point for some elven rope?
For some elven rope.
If only, if only.
That's funny. Yeah. Then I would just say it's like probably some sort of an average athletics check to try to make it up to the top with your new rope of ascending. And
Dead
9.
10.
9 is not as great as it could be. Let's see, Elvira, do you want to climb up too?
Absolutely. What check do you want again?
Just in athletics. It's not
I'll roll
super
for
hard.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Guy got an 18.
Nice.
How does a 12 do, Elvira?
12 does pretty good. 19,
Yeah,
let's do
okay.
Cassandra. Cassandra gets an 11. Okay, yeah, I was going to go with a DC 10 on that. So you all managed to make it up. Some of you maybe struggle a little bit more than others, but within enough time, maybe a little bit of help from somebody. Guy kind of struggled at first, but then he managed to pull himself together, kind of literally. And you make it up to the top. Now you are on one more landing. This is the third landing. You know there's another one up on top. Like there's another set of steps to get up to the top.
I like to imagine Shere Khan is just at the bottom, just like looking up. Like,
where did my pedal go?
it's okay, buddy. We'll be back.
Where'd my
You
elf
can go
go?
play with Winston in the water if you want. It's fine.
I want my
Take a
elf.
break.
He all of a sudden gets excited and jumps in the water and goes for a swim. Comes up with a fish.
The tracks.
Then he goes out, he devours it and starts rolling in the dirt and then like shakes himself like a dog. He's just this complete muddy mess. And then goes off and
Sounds like
frolics
Duncan.
in the bushes.
The tracks. This is all tracking.
Just in front of you, you see some stairs in good condition, but there are snakes slithering all over them. And from your previous exposure, these look a lot like the snakes that were in the service of that giant adder.
I hate snakes. I hate them so.
Now, Elvira, you would recognize these as poisonous snakes.
Nope.
If they were the snakes that were in the service of this of the giant adder similar, Petal's definitely going to try to like speak to them in Draconic, and be like, clear the way.
Elvira is stepping back because she doesn't do poison snakes, knowing that adders are especially poisonous.
I just sent you a message there, Liz.
Okay.
Um,
Discord or Roll20? Something.
Discord.
I see it now.
Let's see here. Getting
Ah.
distracted. Okay. So you're gonna try to speak to them, Petal? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get in.
You're welcome. Let's see. No,
It's a long shot, but
You give it a shot, and they don't seem to make any different moves. I mean, they're just swarming the steps. They don't come any closer. Interestingly enough, they just are hanging out on the steps for some reason, and they're moving to and fro and to and fro. They never get any closer or further away.
just shrugging like, yeah, throw the shot.
And then, after a few moments of you examining that, you notice a third Chewinga standing among you at the base of these steps. Its mask resembles a mongoose's face. It carries a red parrot feather, an orange and purple orchid, And at the bottom step, the Chewinga whacks the snake with its orchid to make it angry, then strokes the snake's flank with the feather to calm it down, then lies down facing the snake, whereupon the reptile crawls through the mouth of the angry mask and inside the Chewinga. It then slithers up the steps. The Chewinga slithers up the steps like a snake, untroubled by any of the other ones. It's a very, very odd turn of events.
Well, that's quite the symbiotic relationship, isn't it?
That's one way to put
A
it.
mongoose mask?
Yeah.
Elvira, do you want to try this first? I'm not so big a fan of crawling through the snakes.
Do we have any orchids? Like, do we need the whole set?
I have the orchid and the feather.
Correct. Yeah, he has the 2 items.
I just need Sharkan for a mask now. Bring me his head. I'm playing.
I would push you off this zuggurat so fast before that happened.
Yeah, so I actually have the crystal that I traded with the Raucous people.
Uh-huh.
With me, which causes poison reduction. So hold on, these crystals can fit in the palm of your hand. They are in every color and give benefits to each color. Crystal has 5 charges. When you take the damage of crystal type, you can use your reaction to reduce that damage of that type by 2d6. Corresponding to the type.
So I don't.
Okay.
I did private message her about that just to bring it to her attention. I don't know that that's necessarily going to work, but I wanted to make you aware that you had it because I had.
Because I forget all of these moving parts sometimes.
And I had just updated it today, so that you would know it was a green arcane crystal. So I figured I'd refresh your memory on that.
That means that I get poison reduction, but then I can cast poison spray. Is what it looks like.
Right, and it only has 5 uses, so that's the caveat.
Right. Okay. But I mean, I will try it for this one.
Okay.
There's no snakes.
I would say all of the challenges thus far have been able to be peacefully accomplished. I would be very hesitant to resort to aggression in this situation. Our guides have been very peaceful. We've had success with peaceful options. I would not. I would be very, very reluctant to be aggressive or belligerent. I know that's a little bit of a juxtaposition for Capetto's normal behavior, but
We're still trying to get to the top of this, correct?
Yeah. You're really close.
Sorry, I just had a slight distraction, so. And I just have to cross a thing of snakes.
Right.
Okay. So, with the thing. Now, would I know if the snakes have poison resistance as well?
Oh, to know that, I would need to know. So I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
I would guess, yeah, but no, they don't have. I'm going to say they don't have poison resistance.
Okay, cool. So
Or
I'm definitely
immunity.
gonna crystal.
Certain poisons can hurt them. They're really more venomous snakes anyway. It's like a misnomer to call them poisonous.
Well, okay, so would the crystal help me in this case? If it's venom and not poison?
I think an insight check would help you with that.
Okay. There you go. 21.
Oh, nice. You're pretty solid on the belief that if you got bitten, it would help you resist the damage, but it's not going to prevent you from getting bitten.
Right, okay, cool. That's what I need to know. I'm expecting to get bitten. That's why I'm taking the stone with me. But I
Mm-hmm.
can also cast poison spray. Now, is that considered a use? Like, I
Yeah.
apologize for the last question. I can
Mhm.
either use it to stop the poison or use it to attack with the poison. That's a use, right? Not together.
Right. Right. So it has
Okay.
5 charges, and either of those activities uses up one of the charges.
Okay, cool. All right. Then I'm gonna keep heading for the top with my little rock.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Go ahead. We're gonna have.
I am gonna try and be like stealthy though, and like tiptoe around them and jump over them and stuff like that.
Okay. Just for your information, I'm just gonna give you a little bit more information, just in case it changes your mind. I don't know if it will. The steps are 20 feet long and in length, but you're going to be rising up 12 feet. That's what the book says. Um, they're in excellent condition, but swarms of poisonous snakes slither over them. Um, yeah, that's all you would know for now. But you can certainly try.
Let's do it. So
You also don't have to. Uh, you don't have to commit to the full thing. If you change your mind, halfway.
Oh,
If you want to come back, you're capable of doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it, depending on how Ira does, I might just try to like carefully walk across and just take the hit. Depending on how bad it is, because I do have cure wounds and like
Right.
I was about to say, if I make it across, can I try and like toss the stone to like Guy or Elvira or?
That's an idea.
Or I guess Guy or Rocco, because Cassandra has cure wounds too.
Okay, why don't we have you do 3 Constitution saving throws,
Okay.
and we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
First one is a 10. Second is a outright. Hold on. Yes. And 10, 14, and 21.
Wow, that's wild. Well, you beat all of them in the correct order that I rolled them into.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You get up there, and they didn't even actually poison you, so none of the charges were used.
Alright, can I toss it down then to Guy?
Sure. And we would repeat the same process basically. If you want to go through with that plan.
That's up for him or whoever's playing him to decide.
I think he'd be willing to try it.
Probably, yep.
Okay. Ooh, this one's maybe a smidge harder. Let's I guess I can do his saving throws. Alright, let's see what he got. Kind of weird. It rolled 4 times for him on my screen. Oh, Zach rolled for him. Okay, Zach, why don't you roll instead? Sorry, I don't need to be taking over your agency.
No, you're good. Nat 20.
Ooh, nice. So I got a 15 and a 20. You want to do one more for him?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a 4.
Okay, so he gets hit once, and he takes 2d6, except that he has resistance, so I think that cuts it in half.
Yeah.
So 2d6. I think there's a plus in there, too. I better check. 2d6 plus. Oh, it's 4d6. Okay. So that'd be 8 plus 7. 15 divided by 2, we'll round that down to 7 damage. Not too bad. Alright. He is maybe not feeling the greatest, but he's been through worse. Far worse. Right.
Petal is definitely going to ask for the stone.
Yes.
Ask for the so that he can get across.
It has 4 charges remaining. Yeah, he'll toss it down to you. And we'll do 3 checks, just like before.
Say Constitution saving throws?
Yep. Oh, yeah, not checks, saving throws. You're right. You're right.
First one is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Second one is a 7.
That actually passes.
Wow.
And a natural 20 for 21.
Okay, you actually didn't get hit at all on that ascent, surprisingly. You must have like an air of like intimidation amongst you folks.
I'm a friend to nature, sir.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence.
Oh dear. Alright, so that leaves us with Raka and Cassandra. So I'll just do their checks here real fast.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's so weird how slow it is to roll sometimes. There we go. Alright, he passes all but 1. So he's going to take 46 minus, or divide by 2. Oh, that's not a good roll, though. Divide by 2, 9. He takes 9 damage. That's not so bad.
No.
Yeah, he's feeling a little queasy. Cassandra is gonna go. Alright, so that means there's 3 charges left. Okay, so
There
far
we
2
go.
passes. And 1 failure. So you're down to 2 charges left on the thing. But everybody is now up. And she's taking 6, 7, 8. Divided by 2, round down 6 damage. Alright. Ironically, this actually hurt you a lot more than the fight earlier with the big monkeys. Okay. Sweet. You are up at the top. There's one last bit. There is a doorway in front of you that has a certain set of writing on it that can be inspected if you wish. Written all along the perimeter of the doorway.
I will definitely like to do an investigation check.
You may
4 and
absolutely...
11.
Oh, that's it. Can I give him advantage if I help him?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Sweet. Oh, much better. That's a 15.
Petal, it's not a language you speak or read.
Would it happen to be Dwarvish? Since I'm the one helping him. Daniel?
I'm thinking... No, not dwarvish. It is some other form of like some other form of script. Yeah, unfortunately, none of you know what it says. There, I'll give you this though. There are some pictures, some illustrations. Maybe some of them are a little bit pictogram looking. Uh, there's there's first an image of a man carrying a sword. Then there's a picture of a man with the sword on the ground and the doorway. And then there's a picture of a man without the sword and without the doorway.
Oh, put away your weapons. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll try that.
Okay.
That fits like that. That tracks with the theme so far. Yeah, I'll stash my bow in my quiver and proceed unarmed.
Yeah, as you pass through the doorway, you ascend to the top. Did you mention this to anybody?
I was gonna test it out first to see if because I like being the guinea pig. Apparently, I was like, call back like, "Hey guys, put your weapons away. It's fine." I'm also looking for any of our little friends. Cool man.
The Chewingas?
Yes.
They seem to be all at the top, awaiting you, and they are all staring in front at a very large creature that is sitting in the middle. And I'm not going to give you the image yet. I need I need a wisdom saving throw from each of you.
Got it.
9.
Oh. 9 as well.
Okay.
What about Guy?
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, we do need to roll for Guy. This image is not going to be 100% correct. I will explain the differences once I reveal it to you.
Also 9.
Wow.
Oh, hang on. Let me see his modifier. No, he got a 10. He got a 10.
Okay. Sandra gets a 10. Oh, everyone's going to roll really average on this, apparently. I did not plan this. 21. Okay, finally, somebody gets it. Well, it makes sense that Rocco would get it. He's been around here before. Okay. You hear a voice speak out to you. And it sounds almost like a hissing sound. Welcome, travelers.
Where did you?
And what looks kind of like a large cobra sits up from its slithery position, and all of you see a terrifying giant snake with a human's face on it.
No, thank you.
Could Petal make a nature check to know what that is?
Yes, I'm also going to rule that you actually are not scared with your rolls. You actually managed to quell your fear. And go ahead and make your check.
I got a 4, so I don't know.
Yeah, that tracks. You don't know what it is. Raka, however, is going to step forward one step and bow on one knee in front of it. Actually, 2 steps. And he's going to say, Saja Nabaza. Or, wrong voice. Saja Nabaza. We come to you in peace for wisdom.
Knowledge. Petal's going to add because that's what it said on the thing down there.
Yes, knowledge and wisdom. And Saja, slowly, but not menacingly, inches forward and kind of nods with her very large head. This is a big creature, and if you wanted to, you could probably flip through Volo's Guide to Monsters to improve your attempt to figure out what she is.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. Would
Uh,
that be an investigation check?
I think so. That's what Eli's been doing lately.
That's a dirty 20.
This is a Naga, a guardian Naga.
The
And
good
from,
one, right?
Yes, this is a good one. This is one that has been alive for thousands of years, or at least so it has been told. And Guy, I'm gonna roll for him on a history check because I think he would probably know. Nope, Guy does not know. Never mind. Saja says they ask for knowledge or wisdom. One question. I guess I would say one question per person. You may come up with a sufficiently, difficult lore question or contextual question for Chult, and she will give you what is her best answer, coming from the longest living dwelling being of Chult. Granted, she has been on Orolunka's ziggurat for most of that time. She may not know current events so well, but she may know other details. And if you'd like, yes, that's what I was going to suggest, that we could pick up there next time if you want to give it some thought. The other thing is, before you go, I was going to do this after you ask your question, but because I'm impatient and I want to do this anyway, she's going to offer each of you. Are you familiar with charms?
I am not.
You are each offered. There is a list of charms that she's going to offer you, and I'll post a picture of this. You can pick whichever one you think is best fitting you. The problem is, well, not problem. The thing with a charm is it has one use. So, for instance, there's the Azorius charm. When you activate this charm, you can cast the Hold Person 3rd level version spell command or counter spell. The charm vanishes after you activate it. So it's basically like a Skyrim scroll. It's a single use, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a single use magical item that you get to choose which one you want. And she basically just would be like, this is the more magical, mysterious, spiritual kind of offering that she gives you along with the answer to your question. There's a gift associated with it. She's a wise Naga that's been here a long time, and a good one at that. So, anyway, we'll leave it there for tonight. I'm sorry, Liz, you look so tired.
No, you're fine. It's been, I woke up way too early and wasn't able to go back to bed, so.
I understand. I took like an hour nap before starting the game. I couldn't take it tonight. Or today. Me too. Right. Yeah. I agree with this.